How do you start a property business with no money in the UK today? Now, it does sound like a lie, doesn't it? But that's what I want to cover with you in today's video, that you can really start a property business with no money. However, I'm not saying you can start a property business with no knowledge. I'm not saying that. I'm saying with no money. Stay tuned because that's what I want to share with you in today's video. Hello everyone, if you're new here, my name is Abbas Pardhan. I'm a property investor and I'm an owner of an estate agency called 10x Rising. On this channel, I want to share with you the insight of what we go through on a day-to-day basis that may help you on your property journey. So if you enjoy the content, please hit the like button, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you do not miss the next video. So let's just say you know a bit about property, but you don't have a business and you don't have any investments in the UK as we speak. One thing I must tell you is that there is no better teacher than taking actions. Yes, there are so many courses out there that you could take, so many books you can read out there. They will give you an indication and guidance on how to start. But no one can teach you as much as actions will teach you. So if you want to succeed in the property business, you have to be taking actions. Actions is all you need to be taking every day, in and out. When you wake up every morning, you need to be determined that you want to go to bed satisfied that you have taken so many actions and you have progressed, because you do not want to wake up the next day thinking you're just the same old person that you were the other day. So you need to start taking actions right away. Okay, so you are living somewhere. Either it's a rental property or it's a house that you own. So you need to take in a lodger. What you need to do is that if you have a spare room, you want to rent that room out. You want to rent that room to somebody else, and that's going to give you an indication. It's going to force you to learn how to find the right tenants, because I'm sure you've heard that if you pick the wrong tenants, you're going to be in trouble. You want to find the right tenant who's going to pay you on time, is working full-time employed, has good credit history, does not have CCJs, all those things. So be sure that you know how to find the right tenant. So what you want to do first is have your spare room renting to someone else. So that's the first thing you want to do. You want to rent your room to someone else. Your spare room to someone else. Now there's only up to a certain amount that you can get away without paying any taxes. There is a rent a room scheme that the government has provided that you do not have to pay any taxes up to a certain amount. Look that up and speak to your accountant. You need to find an accountant as well if you're looking to start a business. So rent your spare room out. Force yourself to get into that uncomfortable situation of being confused and saying, how do I find the right tenant? Where do I find the right tenant? That's already going to force you to learn where to advertise. Is that Rightmove, Zoopla, Open Rent, Spare Room? Start advertising there. Take pictures, put up your advert. That's every property investor knows how to do that. You want to learn the skills that property investors already know. Because if you learn what they know, you're going to be successful. Your level of success is only dependent on your level of personal development. The more you develop yourself, the more success that's going to reach out to you. So rent your room and get in the practice of being a landlord. Whether that's a rental apartment, first be quite wary if you're allowed to sublet. If your landlord is going to allow you to have another tenant share the property with you. If it is your own house, then you are kind of sorted. The second thing you need to do, especially if you own your own house, is that you want to release your equity if you have any equity built up. You want to release the equity. As you are learning the rope of how to find a tenant, you want to be working on the progress of releasing your equity. Because what you want to do with the equity is to invest in either a property, a buy-to-let property, or you want to find yourself a rent-to-rent. Now, if you don't have much equity in the property, do not worry about it, because I want you to jump onto a rent-to-rent deal. Now, what a rent-to-rent deal, if you don't know what a rent-to-rent is, you need to watch one of my other videos that discusses exactly what a rent-to-rent is, how to find the deal, how to progress it to be a successful deal. But in a nutshell, a rent-to-rent is where you have a 6-bedroom house, for example, which is a HMO, a house of multiple occupation, where you have 3 or more unrelated people living in there. Now, rather than renting off the whole house to one person, you are renting it out to 6 different individuals. Now, if the landlord, for example, has negotiated with you and agreed with you the rental of, say, £1,000 a month, but guaranteed, you will be renting out to 6 different individuals, say at £500. So you're making 3,000. You've made the landlord of £1,000. You're left with £2,000. You're going to pay off the bills. That's electric, gas, water, Wi-Fi, council tax, cleaning. Maybe that might cost you £500. The rest is your profit. Now, some landlords may want more for it, but it's on you how you negotiate your deal. This is just a very brief summary. There's a lot of research that needs to go into it. Finding the right deal, the right size, HMO licensing, being compliant to it, your regular smoke alarms that you need to do, the detection test, all that comes in place. However, as I said, this is not a video that's going to show you how to start a business with no knowledge. It's just an action plan, what you need to do to get started. So, right now, you've tried to rent out your own spare room. That's already taught you how to find tenants. Now, you've gone to Gumtree and all the other platforms, found a landlord who was going to give you a rent to rent. Now, that's already giving you an indication and the knowledge of how to find the right property. It is going to scare you in the beginning that you are going to sign a contract of paying a landlord £1,000 a month for the next 5 years for a rent to rent. That is scary. When I did my first rent to rent, I was scared too. But you want to make sure that you have done your due diligence and you want to be satisfied. So you're not just picking any ordinary place and not have tenants in there and going to get yourself bankrupt before you even begin. So do your due diligence first, and now you found your perfect rent to rent. What you want to do after is find a couple more rent to rents. As you've already learned how to find these rent to rents and you've also learned how to manage them, look out for below market values that you can flip on. That's going to teach you how to source properties, because there are investors out there who do not have the time and energy and all the effort it takes to find the right deals. So what they will do is that they'll happily pay up to 2% of the purchase price to a sourcer just to help them get the deal. So if the property value is £185,000, they will pay you £3,700 happily. If the property price is £400,000, they will pay you up to £8,000 happily, because you've gotten them a good deal which stacks up as per their criteria. So you know how to do a rent to rent, you know how to find the perfect properties. Use that skill to now start sourcing properties. While you're doing that, keep a target for yourself. That once you've net, say, £10,000 and you've got, say, 5 rent to rents, you're managing on 5 rent to rents, you might already be managing 30 tenants. So you now want to start learning the laws of a letting agency. It is quite similar to what you do on a rent to rent, just that you just need a client's account and need client's money protection insurances. Be registered with property redress scheme, ombudsman, read about all that and prepare yourself to be opening a letting agency. The letting agency is going to allow you to manage other people's property at a commission, 8 to 10%. So you're going to start building your contacts through that. You're going to be learning the ropes of how to find landlords, investors. You're going to build up your database, and while you're sourcing properties, landlords will approach you and say, hey, I've got a property to sell, can you help me sell it? They will pay you a fee to sell their property. And if you have an investor who wants to buy it, you might even make both ways. It depends on you how you want to structure the deal. Now, when you have your letting agency, you're going to be advertising yourself as a lettings and estate agency. So now you've got properties that are coming to you for sale as well. So you can literally start communicating with these vendors and start maybe even getting yourself lease option agreements. Lease option agreement is when you secure a property now, agree on a price today to be completed and purchased 10 years later perhaps, whatever time frame you agree with the vendor. So lease option agreements are fantastic because you can agree on a price today, 10 years later the property price might have even doubled. So you're paying half price, 50% below market value. While at the moment, till the time you have to complete, you might have to pay them a small fee just to meet their mortgage payments. But you're going to have it rented out. So you're going to have profit in there anyway. So this is the way I would advise you to take as your action plan action plan. Starting by a lodger, rent your room, get your equity out, get rent to rents, to try sourcing deals, end up with a letting agency. You do not need any extra money just to start renting your own spare room out. It's going to cost you £29, but hey, £29 is for perhaps advertising it on open rent. It's going to cost you another £20 to reference the tenant. But hey, if you can't find £49 to try and fulfill your dreams, then just stop watching my videos and unsubscribe. Because if you can't find a way to get £49 to get started in something, then there are going to be a lot more obstacles that are coming your way that you're also going to give up on. But if you can get yourself £49, AST contracts easily available on Google anyway. Just go through the AST contracts, find out, make sure it's from a reliable source. You can get them from NRLA. As far as I remember, it was free. I last checked. Maybe they might charge for it, but it could be up to £10 max. So it's still at a reasonable place for you to get started. And if you don't have an AST contract and you're not willing to pay for it, but really have an ambition, comment in the section below and I will send you our AST contract. Simple as that. But get on the property ladder. This is a perfect action plan. Once you have your letting agency open, you're going to be experiencing so many more things, so many more landlords having their properties, their deals, their stuff happening, issues, different problems will be coming up every day. The more you learn, the more you will grow. The moment you stop learning, you're going to stop growing and your bank account will also stay stagnant. So you want to get on that idea that you're never going to stop learning, and that's how you get your success. So I really hope this action plan works for you, because it should. It worked for me. And if you have any questions, please put them in the comment section below. I'm happy to answer. Subscribe with the notification bell, because I will be posting at least 3 videos a week, if not 4, that may help you on your property journey as well. So subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video.